this happened to you, you think to yourself, why am I not making more money? Why is it always a struggle? How come things don't come easy to me? Maybe it's you. I don't mean that in a negative way, but there's an art to abundance, bringing it to you, so to speak. You have to be able to be ready to receive what should be coming to you. How do you get into the receive mode? We're going to learn a lot today. She is a natural health professional, all different types of modalities from Reiki to she's a Reiki master to many different things. And this is one of them, all part of, let's call it energy healing. Renee Lennox joins us here once again. How you doing today?
I'm great, Steve. Thanks for having me.
I am ready to receive. Send me the good stuff. So I'm right there with you. And in my journey of learning about energy and what attracts and what doesn't, what supports and what doesn't, I really believe that people who are going through some challenges, maybe with abundance, they're blocking it and they don't even know they're doing it. Sometimes they may even be what they call self-sabotaging themselves for a number of different reasons. Does that sound in line with what we're talking about today?
Yes, definitely.
Hmm.
We every day, our thoughts, words, and actions are creating our reality all day, every day. And we were never taught to pay attention to our emotional guidance system. We talked about this in one of our previous podcasts that there's an emotional scale. So when you wake up in the morning, you're either up in the love and abundance frequencies, which are the first seven emotions of love, joy, happiness, enthusiasm, optimism, hopefulness, satisfaction, or you're down in worry and fear and lack and scarcity, which are all the lower frequencies and vibrations of pessimism, doubt, worry, discouragement, anger, envy, fear. So depending when you wake up in the morning where you are on that scale, are you up in love and abundance where you're going to be attracting it? Because whatever frequency and vibration you're giving off that day, that's what you're attracting from the universe, situations at that same frequency. So when you fire off a rocket of desire to the universe of something that you're praying for, money, perfect soulmate, the perfect career, health, uh, maybe you're trying to have the beautiful baby, whatever you're praying for, you fire that rocket off of desire off. But then people don't realize that they have to be in the receiving mode. You can't ask for this thing that's up at a high frequency and vibration, and then in the next breath be doubting whether or not it's coming because you automatically went down to lack, scarcity, and fear. And when you're down there, you're not summoning the energy that creates worlds. You're at a completely different radio frequency from the thing that you're looking for. So when you're trying to manifest something, the most important thing is you have to believe and expect that it's coming, and then you'll receive. It's right in the Bible. Ask,
Hmm.
believe, receive. But you have to have that belief. And the best thing to do is love yourself up, keep doing things that bring you joy to raise your frequency and vibration. And one of the biggest things to raise your frequency on the emotional scale is gratitude, gratefulness. Like I tell all my clients, as soon as you wake up in the morning, three things you're grateful for before you go to bed, three things you're grateful for. You're
Hmm.
raising your frequency and vibration.
Hmm.
And start envisioning the thing that you're looking for. If you're looking for that perfect soulmate, envision what you're looking for in that person, the things you want to do with that person. Set a place setting at the table for that soulmate, knowing that he or she is on the way. Get yourself prepared. And the other thing is you have to pay attention to how you are at receiving energy. in order to receive abundance, you have to learn how to receive all kinds of energy. So think back the last time somebody gave you a compliment or a hug or a gift, something, a simple energy exchange. How did that make you feel when somebody complimented you? Did it make you a little off put? Were you nervous? Were you uncomfortable? The universe doesn't differentiate between worth and value. It doesn't think that money is any different from a compliment. So if you're just, from a hug or something, if you're nervous and uncomfortable, the universe is picking up your frequency and vibration with that reaction and matching you. So something else is going to come to you that's going to make you, that's nerve wracking, off putting, and uncomfortable. So
Hmm.
you have to start practicing with little things, just like a penny that you find on the floor, be grateful, a coupon that comes in the mail, a smile from someone, a hug. Celebrate those small energetic exchanges. Be grateful for them, because when you're grateful, the universe just wants to keep giving you more and more things to be grateful about. But practice. The next time someone compliments you on your shirt or your hair, just thank them with grace and ease, and know that you are worthy of every energetic exchange. Don't
Hmm.
say, "Oh, this little thing, it was cheap." It was, you feel like you have to, you know,
I got it on sale.
right, right. Instead of just saying thank you, you know,
Thank you is a complete sentence. Done.
right?
And it's funny you should say that. Couple of things here resonate with me. At the gym today doing push-ups, and
Woo!
Dime was right in front of me. I'm like, I'm picking it up. You know,
Beautiful.
I'm picking it up. Later. That's for me. That's it. I should feel, based on what you're saying, more grateful for it, even though I don't want to say just a dime, but it's for me.
Right?
And there's more coming.
Celebrate.
There's more
Celebrate.
coming.
That's right.
And I mean that. I know that. I feel that. I recently heard about the 17-second rule. Have you ever heard about that?
Yeah, I was talking a little bit about that, how where if you count backwards from 17 when things happen, or no?
Not exactly, but similar.
Okay.
It's where it's in line with what we're talking about, where you need to go back to a time in your mind where you were just so happy. Could have been your first car when you met your partner. Could have been that great vacation. What did that feel like? Just think about it. Hold that positive thought for 17 seconds
Yes,
and just
milk it.
right. And continually practice that. And that just keeps raising up your vibration. Just hold that moment like, yeah, that was great. I mean, I can think of one a couple of days ago. I went kayaking. Haven't gone in so long, so behind. Summer's over, trying to kick it in. I just went to a deserted island beach, rolled up on the beach, sat in my kayak, just laid down. And it was just the water was like that deep at that point where I was. It didn't carry me out, but it just like rocked me. And I was just looking like this is don't end. I don't want you to end. This is great. This is just hearing the birds, hearing the water, just having just a cold beverage. Like, yeah, this is just that feeling. 17 seconds. I'm not there, but I'm going to hold it. Maybe go back tomorrow. Whatever it might be. Now, we're talking about the art of receiving those good things coming to you. I didn't even think that we're really talking about manifestation
Yes, yes.
here. What happens? Let's say you make the best effort to manifest what you want. You kind of open the portal to, yeah, I'm good. Bring it to me. Like I said, I believe it's come my way. And I mean that for myself. I really do. I think I feel that good things are coming in my direction and the sort of things that, I'm looking for. I don't have a doubt that they're not going to show up. Maybe not showing up in my time, but I'm tapping the brakes and it's all good. What happens when you have a negative thought? When you go into one of those, really? Like when is that going to happen? Yeah, it's on the universe's time. Does that derail your effort? Does that negate all the work you've done so far when you have that negative moment or a couple of them?
I actually, that was the next thing I was going to talk about is like letting go of control when that kind of thing happens, because we want to keep controlling everything. And when you are trying to control, you're coming from a place of fear and lack and doubt, and you're down at number 22, the lowest frequency and vibration on the emotional scale. So you have to learn how to release and surrender things to the universe and trust the process. I know it's difficult
Mm,
because the universe's timing may not be in alignment with your timing,
hmm
but the universe has the much broader perspective. They know the bigger plan for your soul,
hmm
and they are orchestrating the perfect plan behind the scenes. And delays are not denials. So something may be lingering a while for you and you're frustrated and you're wondering why this wait, but there's reasons for it. You may be still being prepared for what they have for you next.
hmm.
And it's all part of your soul's journey and your growth. And it may be a huge opportunity, but they have to know that you are prepared for this huge opportunity and being able to handle it. So you have to
You'll-
learn how to trust the process, know that it's going to come at the perfect time and it's going to be what's for your greatest good and the greatest good of all. So that's the other thing I tell everyone when you're trying to manifest something, if you're writing out your requests of what you want, always say, or something better, because you may
Mm.
ask the universe for something, but they have miraculous things that you could have never even imagined. And you don't want to pinch yourself off from that. So always say, or something even better.
Shoot big.
Yeah, right. Just in case your plan wasn't even that, the ultimate of what is in store for you. And I actually have two methods that I teach my clients for releasing and surrendering. One, if you're really into nature, you can write out your request on a piece of paper. And like I said, whatever that request is, say, or even something better to make sure you're open to you know, the ultimate plan. And then go out into nature and release that piece of paper into nature, signifying you're releasing it to the universe, send it down a river, lake, you
Hmm.
know, let it blow in the wind, any way you want to release it into nature, signifying I am releasing and surrendering this. I know it's in the universe's hands and I'm wiping my hands of it. And you have to walk away. You have to release and surrender it and just trust the process. That's the first
Let it
thing.
go. Let it go.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And I
And,
love that symbolism. It's symbolic, you know.
yep.
It just you wrote it down. It's I'm not getting religious here, but it's almost like the song that came out 20 years ago. Jesus, take the wheel.
Yes.
Same
Yes.
kind of same kind of concept. Universe, take it over. Take you do what you need to do with it because we don't know best. We think we do. We don't know. We don't have the answers. And like to your point, it could be a greater plan out there. We don't know what
Right.
that plan is.
Right.
We know we're a part of the plan, but we don't know what the plan is. What did you say before? Denial.
Oh, delays are not denials.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to remember that. They're orchestrating everything perfectly.
Hmm.
So, and while you're waiting, the other big thing you have to remember is not to look at your friends or family
Mm-hmm.
and be envious and think,
Yep.
Why is everything happening so quickly for this person and not for me? Because comparison is the thief of joy. You do not, you just went shoot right down to jealousy, which is number 20 on the down on the emotional scale, only two notches up from fear. So you don't want to go down there. We're all on our own journey. And what someone else has may not be good for your path,
Nope.
you know? Yes, I like now that I'm older, I don't worry about materialistic things as much. I've learned this method of admiring without acquiring.
Hmm.
Like when I see somebody with a big, gorgeous boat, and I'm like, oh, that looks really fun, but I don't need to own it. You know what I mean? I'm happy for that person that has that. It's all part of their plan. I personally wouldn't be able to take care of it. I think it's great, but it's not part of my soul's path.
Totally
You know,
gotcha. And I'm at that point in my life too. Because you get to a certain point in your life, age, whatever, where you realize that the things that you thought were important, they're not important. They're just not.
exactly.
It's just like, there's things that we need, things that we want, and that's all good. But those things really don't. And perception is not reality. I hear so many stories now that I'm more tuned into things in my journey where you look at somebody and it's like, wow, man, they got it going on. What? If you hear their story, it's not what you think it is. More
Exactly.
times than not, they're struggling. Like I've heard stories even recently of somebody in my mind, they got it going on. They present well. They're just like full of promise and direction, you know, quietly inside of me. I don't want to say I was jealous, but I was envious. Like, wow, yeah, yeah, look at that. Um, then when I learned more, their house has been in foreclosure for 4 years. They barely making it. Like, oh, but you think quite the opposite of what's going on there. So
Exactly.
again, it's not a comparison. Um, to your point of believing that it's coming, even in manifestation, let's say the perfect partner in your life. I'm going to admit this, and it's going to be kind of crazy, but there was one time where I was sitting in my car, it's down by the beach. It was at night. I was waiting to pick up someone, and I just looked over at the empty car seat next to me and had a conversation with that person that is going to come into my life.
I love that.
I'm not even kidding. Like, just a deeper conversation. And to add to that, there's been other times where someone has showed up, but I wasn't, and this can get us into manifestation for a moment. Everything was perfect, except I left off some details in my manifestation of that person, and they were key details.
Okay.
And, this was great, except this wasn't so great, but this was really important. And, it could have been the total package, if you will, but I left that off. I just assumed that would come with the package. Um,
Right.
so I struggle with how specific you need to be. If it's a person, some people like, you gotta have, blonde hair and blue eyes, whatever is it like. That might not be the perfect person. And that person with dark hair and dark eyes may show up and you're like, oh my God, this is it.
Wow. Right.
But you didn't realize that. The universe knew it, but you didn't. How specific when we manifest should we be?
That's why I don't like being too specific. Or if I am, I say, or even but that statement, or
Yeah, I got to
something even
remember that.
greater,
That's
something
a good
even
one.
greater that's for my if you and say something even greater that's for my greatest good and the good of all. And then your divine counterpart will come to you. Not just a soulmate, your divine counterpart.
Hmm. I have to remember that it's almost
Something
like
even greater.
a contractual out, that you make. My mom always used to say to me, if you need to sign something and you're not sure about it, always sign your name and say, subject to attorney's approval. It kind of almost reminds me of the same thing or greater. Hey, I'll take greater. But unless you ask for it, doesn't mean you're going to get it.
Right. And
Hmm.
another thing, you have to get yourself to the point where you can celebrate the contrast in life because we're down here in these meat suits to learn lessons, and love and forgiveness are the biggest ones. So your soul is just constantly throwing situations at you that are happening for you, not to you. They're growing you. Your soul is evolving all the time for your mission down here. So
Hmm.
if and we wouldn't know what we do want if we didn't experience what we didn't want. So there's constantly going to be contrast in life, but every challenge is a stepping stone to greatness. You're being prepared, you're facing this challenge. So ultimately, you can get to the point where when a challenge comes, you just say, all right, I'm celebrating this contrast. There's something greater on the other side of this. I'm going to deal with it. And when you get to that point, you'll be in such like a divine flow because you know that this is all part of your preparation and there's something greater on the
Hmm.
other side every time. Look back at your life at all the doors that have closed and an even greater door opened for you over and over through those challenges
Hmm.
that made you who you are today, you know?
We don't take stock in that. We focus on the negative instead of looking at what has happened. I'm not saying it was easy. So
Nah,
I'm not saying it was easy, but I do believe things happen for a reason. Whether you want to accept it or not, you have to wait. It's part of the plan. I believe there's a plan. I don't
yeah.
know who made that. That's up to each individual to decide whether it was God, universe, whatever. Um, Final question here. Do you believe that for any of this to work, that you need to believe that there is something greater than you?
I think so because you wouldn't believe if you didn't have that belief that there is some kind of life force coming through you,
Yeah.
making you breathe. We don't have to think about our heart beating or our breathing or, some life force is doing this,
It's
you
bigger
know?
than us. And again, whatever you want to believe. Um, but I don't believe it's Jimmy the prophet standing over there and he's, hey, whatever you need, I'll get it for you. There's something, and I think that's what we define as spirituality, something bigger than the both of us.
There's some divine power that's, yeah,
And I don't want to label things because people
right.
get
The
a little
universe,
uncomfortable with,
right,
religion and whatever, but there's something. I
right.
don't know what it is. Yeah, I honestly, I'm going to tell you now, I don't have proof. I really don't. I can't tell you for sure, but I feel that it's there. Whatever it is, whatever, if it's the universe, whether it's this energy, this amazing energy around us, whether it's relatives that passed away that are there for you, moving you forward. God, I don't know, but
Right.
I believe if you don't believe in something, um, you're not in a bad place, but you're not in the best place.
Yeah. I think, yeah, frequency wise, when you don't have that hope or optimism,
Yeah, hope.
it would be tough. Hope. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, cultivating like an unwavering faith and trust and gratitude just
Hmm.
goes such a long way because it keeps you up in love and abundance, where love and abundance are just going to keep flowing to you.
I just got an epiphany. We're out of time, but I got to share it because it dropped in. When you were a kid, what'd you believe in? Santa, typically, many
Right.
kids.
Yeah.
And Santa brought you things that you wanted,
Right.
but you believed, but you
Right.
believed. And Santa was bigger than all of us. There's this, mom and dad Santa, it was there. It was something to believe in. So whether it works or not, I believe to believe makes it work.
Exactly.
Hmm. Um, This is just a piece of what you practice in terms of energy, in terms of natural health, supporting people, Reiki, all of that. Renee, how does somebody find you? They have a question, maybe a question about manifestation. They need some coaching. They want to connect. How do they do that?
Okay. My website is www.holisticgroove.com. My phone number is 215-850-3628. My email is renee@holisticgroove.com. And I have a YouTube channel, Holistic Groove dash Renee Lennox. It's Renee Lennox, Lennox is my YouTube. I have a ton of holistic videos on there. And if anyone is interested, I have all my clients do my 30-day, today's going to be a great day challenge
Hmm.
to help you get up into the love and abundance frequencies.
Hmm.
And if anyone is interested in that, email me at Renee@Holistic Groove and I'll send you a copy of it to help you get up on that high flying disc so the abundance starts rolling in.
Wow. Wow. Thank you for that. I've already shared it. I've shared with you that I've shared with others a lot of these principles. And you make it very easy to understand. I get it, people. Some of this is woo-woo for
Right.
those who are new to it. Uh, what do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? Why
Yeah.
not try it? You might be
Experiment.
you might be amazed. If anything, you're going to raise your vibration up and feel so much better. Thank you for being here today. Truly appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks. We'll be right back.